Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. Thanks for joining us again. It's Melissa, and this is still day 10 with our flock of 304 Cornish rock cross meat chicken broilers that are in production for poultry. So when we did our day 10 video, we were actually in real time showing you the birds having access to an expanded brooder. We had basically doubled the space of their brooding area and given them more room because they had outgrown their original space, which again was about 15 foot by 15 foot for 300 broilers. So we ended up, when we got our shipment of chicks in, ended up being 305 in there. We have lost one. One was a runt, was failure to thrive. So we're at 304 broilers. They're 10 days old, and they had outgrown that original space that was approximately 15 foot by 15 foot. And we had our brooder set up to where we could just remove a temporary wall, never have to handle a single chick, and just give them more space and let them find it on their own. So I want to show you the brooder now so that you can see, you saw it in real time actually being adjusted, and so now you can see the birds actually using it. And so the space is bigger. It's still like 15 foot the one direction, but it's more like 20, probably 25 foot the longer direction. So they have a lot more room, and they actually just spread out, and so it looks a lot more comfortable for them. And the floor with the bedding material will be able to handle this stocking density much better. So stocking density basically just refers to how many animals are in the space, how much livestock is that surface area of the floor having to support. So in this case, they had maxed out the space, maxed out the surface area and what the bedding material could keep up with on absorbing moisture, and they were ready for more room. So we expanded the space, and then as you can see now, we changed the layout of where we had feeders and waters, and we also actually changed the layout of where the heat lamps are suspended, so that later on in the day, when we have to turn those heat lamps back on, the birds will be able to have those heat sources closer to the feed and water dispensers. So that was the goal with that. So I did want to also take you back over to our production board, and so we had some additions here. I do need to add that we actually put in 2 more bags of bedding. Oops, on 9/1/23. So we're up to actually having used 7 bags of bedding, but we purchased 4 bags of bedding today. So our running total of our expense on this flock so far is $1,361. That does include probably all of the feed that we'll need for the whole flock, but we do have a little bit of expense there. And we actually are now opening about a 50-pound bag of feed a day for these birds, and we're keeping track of all kinds of things on our production board there so that we have data reference points to use as the flock grows. So we will have a day 11 video for you on Saturday, September 2nd. We take Sundays off from uploading material, but we'll be back on Monday. We wish everybody a wonderful weekend, Labor Day weekend here in the United States of America, and we hope that everybody has a safe weekend, and we hope that you'll continue to join us. We greatly appreciate you viewing and subscribing and your time and effort to support